it added it back in as a second mic when I plugged it back in. Okay, OBS. Give me a moment while I play around with that. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What the heck is going on here? Debate time. Something like that. Hello. Okay, there we go. It's always something. Well, I'm glad it came back. I was afraid for a second there. Really did not want to have to replace the like $180 microphone when it's been less than 2 years. Really did not want to do that, but then again, I use it like every day, so I don't know, maybe. I haven't really owned more than like one microphone in my life. I have no idea what the what the lifespan of these things are. But it's okay now. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Technology! Okay. Okie. Anyway, hi! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening with proper care, most easily more than 5 years. Yeah, that's what I thought. The only reason I'm like, maybe is because, so this is a USB mic, and I had like a freak accident with it where, I had moved the mic when the USB was still plugged in, and the USB snapped off inside the mic, and I was able to get the parts out with like I was able to get the parts out and everything still worked, but ever since then I'm like, it's like I hope I didn't actually damage anything, and it's just gonna take time before I know. God, I think that happened on stream. I was just moving the mic out of the way, and then it was like, ugh, that was scary. Mm-hmm. Tent. I was gonna say any other T words you want to try? TEND was correct, by the way. Man, I feel you with the sleepy, though. It's pitch dark here now. Sometimes if I can nap before stream, I will. I was not sleepy enough this time, so that means I'm gonna be really sleepy towards the end of stream. But that's fine. Anyway, what I wanted to mention before I realized my mic was busted. Well, not busted. It was malfunctioning. The cable was malfunctioning or something, who knows. Anyway, I opened up Steam, and I guess they're doing like, there's like a Steam cooking fest right now, where it's like they're promoting cooking games. And I was excited, but so far I haven't found anything that looks nice, which makes me sad. I'm like, oh, come on. They really cooked with this sale. One of these days I'll get a soundboard and we can have an actual rim shot. thanks. I'll be here all week, all day. But yeah, alas, haven't seen anything great yet. Yes, you're right. Cuisine is part of the sale. That one I did see. And I do know that one's good. Played Up is probably the most deeply discounted. I don't know if you can play Played Up by yourself. I mean, I'm not against playing it as a community game with you guys, but it requires you guys buying stuff too. And when it's not on sale, it's $25. So I don't know. It's a little steep for a community game versus something like Mario Party or like Mario Kart, where most people have it anyway. Overcooked, but it's just Dee Dee yelling at the moonbeams. Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. God. That just reminded me, because there was a video game bar way back when that I went to with some friends. And we got quite the looks at it because everyone was yelling at me because I didn't realize I was pushing the wrong button for the fire extinguisher, so the fire was just spreading in the kitchen. Oops. That's alright, I wouldn't trust myself with a fire extinguisher in real life either. Oh, okay. This one might be cute. It's called Let's Cafe. There's an axolotl. It's pixel art. But yes, Mario Kart is great. I don't think I've played it in quite a while. Everyone got so competitive with Mario Kart and like, you know, you watch the Corpo VTubers or like people have like their tournaments and stuff and everyone's got like the Waluigi with like the best card and stuff and I'm like, whatever happened to just yelling at your friends because they got the blue shell? Like, in Mario Kart, the true relationship strains? That and Mario Party. Which just proves how absolutely bananas me and my best friend are, because we both love Mario Party. People will be like, 20 turns, right? We're only doing 20 turns. Iduna and I are like, nah, 50. Like, we're gonna be here all day. Yeah? What? You got somewhere to be? No, literally. Like, we're like... Mario Kart makes us stronger, I swear. Or, sorry, Mario Party. You are here now? You are here now. Whatever matches 30, 45 minutes? Nah, man. I went over to Iduna's place once. We started playing Mario Party at 10 a.m. We were still playing the same game at 3 p.m. and we were having a blast. We stopped for a lunch break. And yes, hello, Ranger. Iduna and I had the crazy idea for stream content to do an off collab where we have to share a controller to try and play a game. Because we're like, that might be the only thing that would actually test our friendship. Because the only time we've ever like really got snippy with each other is when we were playing RPGs together. And one of us has the guide, so basically, you know, road trip when you're on a map and stuff like that. Alright. Got some food in me. The plan was to have it all done before stream and I would just eat. I would just eat during ads, but food wasn't cooked yet. Overcooked is the only game I know that natively supports 2 players on 1 controller. Yeah, because what gave me the idea is I had loaded up YouTube. Was it last night? Might have been the night before last. Either way. And one of the things in my recommend was 2 VTubers I follow. They're doing an off collab and they were going to share a controller to play was it Sekiro? It was one of the From Software games. And I sent it to Iduna, I'm like, this is bananas, but that is actually a really good idea for content, because that definitely would get people to be like, how the fuck would that go? How would this work? Kingdom Hearts but 2 players and 1 controller, oh no. We talked about maybe doing Final Fantasy VII once I get around to it. So, yeah, there's some options. Iduna definitely knows Kingdom Hearts forwards and backwards, but I feel like she would really chew me out for messing up like aerial recovery or something like that. She's so sweet 95% of the time, but when she gets serious, she gets serious. It's like, I'm sorry. I've only really played this game for like 10 minutes years ago. But yeah, we're not sure what we would play it on, but like, that was like, you know what? That would actually be a fun idea. Find a game that's a good like one-off or something, or like one that's like good to just play periodically. Because as much as I'd love to be like, let's do this every week, I'm like, I know our schedules wouldn't align like that. Especially since my shifts are generally like 8 to like 8:30 to 4:30, 9 to 5, and hers are like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Like getting us in the same place on a schedule every week would be difficult. Be like, there's the weekend, but it's like, you know, Iduna has a partner, she has cats, she has family. Unlike me, I'm like, I'm here all week. My life is this now. Coincidentally, Papa Melis, I think I mentioned this before. Papa Melis was adopted and he finally did that thing where he used Ancestry to try and find his family. So like he's found some like half siblings and stuff like that, and he's like, oh yeah, like your aunt's coming to visit. And this mother, I'm like, oh boy, just what I need. New relatives to be disappointed in me, be like X years old and forever alone. It's like you didn't even know I existed until 3 months ago, and here I am. Hi. I've become the weird gay relative to an extended family, though I don't know if my parents have dropped that bombshell. Sometimes I feel like my parents just forget, because I don't date anyone, really. Not that often, anyway. It's been a while. Alright. Oh, come on. Ace Attorney. Move over. Move over. Actually, while I am thinking of it, can I do this really quickly? Because I got... What is it? The ID tag, so like, you can actually move yourself around the screen so you're not like blocking text. So like you can float up in the corner or something and not look like you're disembodied. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Why do I have Ruby stuck in my head? Why am I like this? Ah, come on. Like Ruby? Yes, that Ruby. Suddenly I had red like roses stuck in my head. And I'm like, hello? He has some serious bangers? He sure does. I don't know, that series kind of fell off for me. But the music is still fantastic. Red Like Roses Part 2? Oh, nice. Alright. Now for something completely different. Well, not really. The game is here. Gotta shrink you down, Phoenix. Da 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 da. And. Where is it? Whee! Whoops. Now I can hang out up here. Hello. Wait, my ears. My ears! So fancy, right? Spooky Sony made these. And if I remember correctly, Spooky Sony also did our starting and be right backs and ending screens. They for sure did the ghost ones we used during, Halloween. So there we go. Now I'm not gonna be blocking text. I might still move myself around to try and find a better spot, but hey, we experiment today. We try things out. We make mistakes. We get messy. And we try not to get our client convicted. Alright, where is it? Not recipe for turnabout. We finished that one. Turnabout beginnings. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, okay. See? This is why we try stuff. Ta-da! I feel so professional. All the big VTubers have one of these, so I was like, oh, it's my turn now. There we go. I think that's pretty good. So yes, we are playing as Mia in a flashback. Our client is this dude named Terry Falls, who was convicted of, I guess, kidnapping and murder. And there was like the police car crashed or something, he broke out, he was on the run. Very Resident Evil Village, then like, yeah, supposedly he killed this police officer. And that's about where we are. And also, it's younger Gumshoe. Back when I presume his coat was brand new, so it was beige and not, khaki green. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Oh, it's the Canadian judge. I don't gotta do a voice for him. Oh gosh, related. When I went to go to the movies on the weekend, they had an ad. Like Air Canada, the airline, had an ad in the pre-show. And they had interviewed, fishers from Newfoundland. And I'm like the accent just got progressively more what we call Newfie. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's the Newfoundland accent. The Newfie accent is probably what a lot of people stereotypically think of the Canadian accent, like, you know, the about and a boot thing. That's East Coast Newfoundland accent. The rest of us just pronounce our words slightly differently. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Look at this man. Look at his eyelashes. I hate him. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Whoa, hey. Settle down there, kitten. Don't call me kitten. Now that I'm up here, you're within punching range. Watch it. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling, it's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got. Kidding. Hey! It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Ignore my sexually harassing co-worker to the right. Just remember, those court procedure videos you stayed up all night watching. Oh, Mia. You poor thing. Alright, summary of the incident. What? Stuffed her body and tried to make a getaway. I guess we're just pressing for now. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually it was way too close for comfort. Don't admit that. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. Uh-oh. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kidden. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. Oh, thank you. A trap? Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not. What's wrong with you, weirdo? Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get more information. That's what I was working on. And if you're going to get caught in any trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. Ever famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those. I'm sure it's fine. Day of the incident. Okay. Let's try this one. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. Sorry? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. Duh. Come on, Mia. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Yes, Judge. Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. Note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk, I see. Good thing someone rifled through her desk, huh? According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that from me? Huh, looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up! Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective fault! He's the one that said unknown person! Hey now, don't make that face at me! I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to! What's that? A trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Oh, don't trust the cute faces. Don't trust the cute faces. Dun 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 dun. Alright. What the notes say though? Bamboozled, bedazzled, beat up. Let's see here. Died from... okay. Talk to Dahlia? Tell her this time the whole truth must come out? Oh, Dahlia. Oh, Dahlia. We love Dahlia. Alright. Well, that's gonna be important. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? My brain just hears Dahlia boat. No! Wrong Dahlia! Wrong Dahlia! For those who don't know, that was from a game we played a while ago. No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Oh, Jesus. Yay, carjacking. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Well, fortunately when you're dead, you don't really care about comfort that much. The victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. For some reason, men always seem to be getting stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. Well, he's just making an observation, I suppose. You can't tell from the photo, but... the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective? Was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? There's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you? Anyway. That bridge, wear white scarf for identification. Yeah, where's the scarf? Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say? Don't just stand there. I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Huh. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia. Shake it off! Shake it off! Shake it off! You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. Note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, the special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we did find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it! I don't like getting yelled at by a lady. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for... Is it this one, perchance? Oh! Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, who was intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Yay. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap the scarf around his smarmy little neck, Mia! You mean you're worried about him catching a cold, right? You're not gonna strangle him, right? Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? I don't know about genius. He didn't figure out that his mentor killed his father for like 15 years, so I don't know, man. There was an eyewitness, of course there was. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf. And where did her hat go? It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say it was a well-intentioned third party. That's not suspicious at all. Aha! A potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. Lies. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again! That's not fair! I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, We throw out the Canadian judge. We don't like the Canadian judge. Go back to Montreal and eat your poutine and your tuque maudite calice. If Freed watches his VOD, he's gonna gasp. I just cursed in French. Actually, there's an eyewitness, blah 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 blah. Alright. Shows the Vic wearing the scarf. It was drizzling that day. I know this is wrong. It's how we go about establishing it. The sequence of events, so to speak. Because sometimes you get ahead of this game. Because, I'll show you. I'll show you why. So this is like a wall, right? This is like the cliff edge. So Valerie, or rather Terry, was between Valerie and the edge of the bridge. So unless she turned around to go the other way, it's not possible for him to have stabbed her in the back. So it's like, how do I go about establishing that? Yeah, see, the bridge is out. And there's the outcropping we saw. So yeah. It's not possible for her to get stabbed in the back unless he let her walk by first. Like, so how do we do this? I guess we can start with pressing. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Well, of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back back as she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was real brutal? Oh, it was really brutal. They tried so hard to write the Canadian accent. It was really brutal. I guess we do usually say brutal, like, brutal. It's not brutal, it's brutal. Man! I don't like this! Feels weird. Tangentially, this reminds me of that time I went to Disney World with my family. And I got in a fight with some Floridian over the fact that I didn't have an accent. To my ears, I sound exactly like the rest of y'all. Apparently not. I was 11. Diana has always been very spicy. Then again, why was this 40-something-year-old arguing that hard with an 11-year-old? I don't know. We were all, like, waiting for the bus. I'm sure the yalls that throws them off. Ah! It was a fun trip, though. We ended up going to Epcot and having dinner at the restaurant that was at the Canadian Pavilion. And I guess one of the girls in the back was from Quebec. And she hadn't been able to speak French or anything for a while. She was like part of one of those exchange programs or whatever. So waitress was like, "Can I tell so-and-so in the back that you guys are French? Like, I think she'd be delighted." And my parents were like, "Yeah, sure." And then this, like, 20-something girl comes, like, bursting out of the kitchen, just yabbering away full speed in French. I guess she was really, really homesick. I was there! I had poutine! Yeah! I can't remember what I had. It was a nice place, though. I think my memories of it are a little blurry because, like, I almost had heat stroke. So by the time we got there, apparently I was, like, so red in the face, some lady jumped off the bench to let me sit down. Catgirl's not meant for the Florida heat, especially not when it's, like, you know, May. And we're in a concrete amusement park. Wine and Food Fest, nice! I mean, yeah, poutine is one of those things where it sounds like it wouldn't be good, but as long as the ingredients are good quality, it's delicious. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed, Judge? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he says brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. What do you mean, mind-boggling tales? What's that got to do with being Canadian? From my understanding, Toronto is by no means scarier than New York. If anything, New York's scarier, apparently. Huh. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have what it's... What? Watch when you spill your coffee! That is the weirdest frickin' line. What? Bruh. Is this when we... Is it the crime photo or the witness's photo? Probably this one? If we're trying to establish she wasn't actually shoved to the ground? Ah, there we go. So, at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what this is. Does it fit the conditions? No mud on the coat? Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Also, ad breaks starting momentarily. I apologize to anyone who's gonna get trapped in the ads. Hopefully you won't miss too anything. Usually I'll run and get water or something, but I haven't finished my water yet. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim had really fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Oh. That's exactly right! The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled, not the playoff beard! I don't know if that's an actual thing, but he must be referring to hockey playoffs. Oh my god. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard pride of the legal league would be wet but not muddy. Are you telling me they have a hockey team instead of like a company baseball team? Is that what I'm supposed to get out of this? Yeah, it definitely sounds like NHL players that don't shave during the playoffs, yeah. Oh my god. Alright, Edgeworth, do you play? What position are you? I'm sure you can skate, because you can do just about anything, but like, you know, what are you? Right wing, left wing, forward? I don't know if you have the body for being a goalie, but maybe. I feel like the judge is probably the goalie. Trying to think. Because every hockey goalie I've ever met ends up being the most aggressive person ever, which is hilarious because, you know, usually the goalies don't get involved in the fight. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. That's my favorite Canadian thing. Everyone's like, Canadians are so polite. I'm like, no. No, they're just passive-aggressive. Take hockey. You're not supposed to actually hit people. You're not allowed to fight. You can just body check someone so hard they go flying into the sides. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? I mean, we have a muddy scarf. Will that help? The surface of the bridge, huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like that. What do I... Okay, look. We're getting into gender essentialism here, blah, 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 blah. But do I look like I identify as a man to you? Like, do I look like that's what I'm trying to convey? Have I introduced myself as he, him, buddy? Like, come on. Because remember, folks, not everyone who is transgender can get the top surgery, so boopa don't mean anything. Mia, you can't just say that! You can't just say real women. Of course I can prove it. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. Boop. The evidence is the scarf. Oh, hello. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means the bridge was obviously covered in mud. How? How all that dirt got onto the bridge? Oh my god, Edgeworth's eyes! This novice bimbo! Oh! 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 Hold on! Hold on! Guys! Guys! Take my bag! Hold my bag! I'm going across the courtroom and throwing hands! Unbelievable. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright, it's not like he's really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty well. Poor little kitten. Hey! Do you want to start this? I've already got my heels off, buddy. I can go at any time. Mr. Armadillo! No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those three. Huh. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It's the coffee aficionado over there. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yeah, of course. Yeah. The false evidence in this case is the witness's testimony. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness's testimony that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Huh. It's not just true. It's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, and the defense requests to cross-examine the witness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Hush, gosh, gets gasp. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? It appears I will need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. If you say so, I don't know. I'll be the judge of that. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring them forth. Bring me the witness. What Mr. Edgeworth said worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. It's probably nothing. Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please, go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. Witness, what is your name and occupation? This bitch! Blood. We want blood! We want blood! Are your butterflies talking? Not at all. Blood! We want blood! Everyone is so silent I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter and some weird... something whispering about blood. Are there demons in here? Oh! When I look at you... how can I put it? You look at scriptures as a double-double and a dozen donut holes! Not the double-double! And I guess Timbits is branded, so they can't say Timbits. But those are donut holes. Hi, Luna. For anyone who doesn't know what a double-double is, because it's one of the stupidest Canadian lingos, it's a coffee that has two creams and two sugar. That's why it's a double-double. There's also a horrible atrocity called a triple-triple. Why is Phoenix Wright Canadian? Well, the judge is Canadian. Why? I don't know. But I'm dying of cringe every time they shoehorn in a Canadian joke. No, the localization is in America. I mean, Canadians can immigrate to America. This is the only character with a Canadian accent. It's just him. He just moved to West LA. So the No! You can't just say that, Luna. That's not funny. Just because you move to another country doesn't mean you lose, your idioms and stuff. The witness is very sensitive and delicate. Yeah, I'm sure she is. We all know how she is. She was in the first case. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. A true gentleman. Miss Faye? You could learn a lot from this man. Well, excuse me. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Oh, maybe it's a little trouble. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation now that you've finished buttering everyone up? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo? Is that accurate? How could you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? She literally took the photo. Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Now it's next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are. Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my very best. Teehee. He ain't suspicious at all. The witness's photograph. I was just using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took that photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when this occurred? I believe the map here would be of some help. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. That camera should not have been able to take shots that clear. That's just your basic-ass digital camera. It probably doesn't even have a decent zoom lens. Ho ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner. That is harassment. A small but powerful model. Press F to doubt, unless that's an SLR? I don't trust it. How? One sec. I went to take a sip and I whacked my teeth with my mug. Ow. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Okay, calm down, bro. Alright. Using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Excuse me, then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. And then she called the police. It seems legit. Not really. If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped around her little finger. I mean, of course she does. Alright. Looks like the showdown. A witness? When you say you took a photo of the crucial moment, is that what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testify that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Doe? Are you Homer Simpson now? My apologies, young lady, but Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very... Don't say that in a room full of Sims, but okay. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film, but it's a digital camera! This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing amongst the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? I've never heard of a selfie before. Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I have never heard of a selfie. I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Well, I don't know about that, but okay. Wait! Just a minute! Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well have taken more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts of the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge? Boy, this guy really is a sucker for the sweet talk. She sure is. It looks like the other kid in the room's the one getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Oh, Mia. Mia. Alright, give me 1 sec. I'm out of water, so I'm gonna run and get some more. Hold tight. Yeah. Alright. Mac, do it. Oh, this is when we can finally... That point I talked about ages ago. About how there was no way she could technically run or get stabbed at the back. Witness? Your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye! I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry! One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. We hate the girl. Down she goes. Burn at the stake. Burn at the stake. You say there were two contradictions? Yes, indeedy. It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even run 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Which is... Why would you even stand on a bridge that's half collapsed? Well, what does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. Case closed. Rest in peace, girlie. We won't miss ya. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. Gasp, I know. Just a moment, Your Honor. Oh, Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. I'm sorry? What'd you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. Oh, you sneaky little bugger. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying... I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. Yay. You can't tell the condition of the bridge from the photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. How convenient. Huh. That guy is good? Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright? That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Faye, it seems you made a reckless conclusion or reckless accusation once again. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. Oh my. Sete! I haven't seen you in a bit. How are you? Good morning. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that! Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet! That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye, your cross-examination, if you please. Contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Go! Fight! Hear you out! It's under 2 hours. It's intermission, okay, but you said to chew you out if we saw you. If it's been less than 2 hours. So we're gnawing at your ankles. Art. You said. I'm glad the play's really good and you've been enjoying yourself. Just imagine these little, these palm-sized cats just chewing on your pant leg. That's what the moonbeams are doing. You're trying not to die out here in the hall? Fair enough. We've just been here trying to solve murders. College performance is already insane nice. I mean, I figure a lot of people, if they're performing theater still in college, they usually have some serious aspirations, or they've at least been doing it for a while. You got until 9 and then go home. I see. Safe travels back and all that. Seen some people from the last performance? Nice! Good for them. Oh, 10. I was gonna say, it's an intermission and it ends at 9? Okay. Just wanted to update. Alrighty, later. Let's see. One, two, three. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We got him. A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, The idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. Oh, that's right. Could have just thrown it over the river. Much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. I mean, come on. Use your brain, Edgy Poo. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. If the kidnapping case, in the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was never found. Awkward! If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. For better or worse, this dude is not what you would expect. Order! Order! I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit, it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Ooh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. I mean, it's not rocket science to think of throwing a body in a river. My point is, no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that it's what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about? It better not be me. It certainly ain't me. Alright, I'll do my best. Except, there was no way for you to actually have seen this. Because of the outcropping. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? I don't know what you're getting at, ma'am. One sec. Oof. There we go. Phone was getting a little hot, so I'm like, let me turn on the phone's fan. You don't realize how much heat those things give off until, like, you actually sit in front of one for, like, 2 hours. It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. Look at the photograph. Place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car. The outcropping of the rock is directly in the way. Oh! Shit. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Burning Red tomorrow? Yeah! I know. I already downloaded it. Hehehe. I'm so excited. I'm so excited! Yeah. The hardest part is gonna be not touching the game before stream time. On the plus side, I will actually not be home tomorrow until evening, so hopefully that'll help a bit. If I keep it off my phone and stuff. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock, however, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car, so it's more of a rock, like a garden rock or something. That's right, it's not high at all. I don't know about that. I was able to see the car just fine. Lies and deceit? Why are you lying? I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location from the photo that was taken. Or this was the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Oh. Your view should have been completely cut off, but you still claim to have been able to see the killer's car. Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Ballyhoo? Oh god, I have not heard that in a while. Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to only testify about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Yeah, don't say. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye? No one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair! What the fuck? Huh, save the tears for later, kitten. You? What? Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair! Life ain't fair, girl. Okay. You need to relax. Then, you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Oh! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. I mean... Yeah, totally. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it. Let me see that photo. It's true, there certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. Can't make any mistakes here. What she just said? Is there a contradiction? Uh-huh. It doesn't work. Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself. Huh? What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those? Finally. I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then, perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... Dun. It would have to be two, wouldn't it? That she put it in there. There's only one possible way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster! It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous! I could never! It was the man in the prison garb! He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car! He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh! I see. Oh, thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Wow, meow. Preposterous! to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo she took? Oh, come on. The corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know at the time she was taking photographs. Now is your chance, Mia. Finish this! Finish them! On the contrary, I'm not so certain that was the case. Certain? Help! I'm not so certain that was the case. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may have not been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Camera's got a timer, bitch! Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. Gasp! What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? I mean, who can prove she was in the field, huh? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Surprise! It was all a lie. It was all a lie. She played you like fools, like pizza pie. It was all a lie. Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. Vroom. Objection! Yeah, money! You got it! But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. You sure? You sure? Your cravat's pretty ridiculous. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. Case closed. Take a bow. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you! Melissa Foster! And I guess that's why all the hair is tucked into the scarf. Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? Edgeworth, you are also making this up as you go along. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. The time of the incident, so he had her wear the scarf. Hi, Kudo! Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. You're still amazed with Edgeworth's outfit? It is quite something. He's toned it down a little bit over the years, but he's still quite flamboyant. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Even you. Even me. Even the judge. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! No. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Huh. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, the court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. No touching, no talking, no sharing donuts. Understood? Very well. The court is in recess. Boink. To be continued. Da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. What time is it? 9:15? Okay. We might be able to squeeze and finish this trial today. I remember this one being quite short compared to the others because it's just meant to be a setup for the last case. So there shouldn't be that much longer. I guess we'll see. Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah. But there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Right. What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it? About what happened 5 years ago? Please, Mr. JoJo Stand look-alike? He really does look like he should be in JoJo, with, like, the star scars and stuff. Okay. I trust you. Oh, those eyes! Those are some eyes that have seen some shit. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. You don't say. This picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks same, just like 5 years ago. He looked right into my soul, right? Like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Huh, sorry buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true, I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Your girlfriend? Huh? Hey, hold on, did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? The girl. Let her go! She looks awfully young. Oh no, I remember how this goes. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Yeah, she certainly looks like a child. Uh-oh. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong! No protect sister! Valerie betrayed me! Betray us! What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything, all lies, all make-believe. Kidnapping too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Oh, bro. Bro. Right. He's a pedo. I forgot about that part. He is 25? Okay. So he was 25 years ago? And Valerie was 18? If Dahlia was like... Okay, so we know Melissa Foster is Dahlia because of the first game. Or, sorry, the first case. So she's a first year in university. So that makes her about 19. So 5 years ago she was 14. Oh, that's not great. No, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. looks like she's 8 in those pictures, so on one hand, I'm glad she's not, like, prepubescent, but this is still very, 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 very bad. Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is this kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We got 1 jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnapping note. We sent to her dad. Ask for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. She's quite young to have been a detective. She was only 23 when she died, so she was like 18? When she made detective? What's with everyone being like prodigies in this game? In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman! That woman! Valerie! She'd do it for real! She shoot at me for real! Me and Dahlia! I hate to tell you, sir, I think the sisters double-crossed you. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she jump in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. You deserve it for dating a 14-year-old. That man, Terry Falls, he killed her! He threw her off the bridge! He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below! These 5 years, all I wonder is why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? 'Cause you're a creepo. I just want to hear answer come from her mouth, that's all. So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls. Where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom! The $2 million diamond! Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I didn't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really. I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia. What? Dahlia? That day, on the bridge. Dahlia put it in a backpack. Well, that's convenient. Now gone with Dahlia, gone forever into Eagle River. disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her, my sweet Dahlia. I never found her. Swallowed by a river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel. Your teen angel? How old was she anyway? Oh, he's asking the real question. It's 14. Ew! 14?! I guess you were raping cradles? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man. Angels these days. Mr. Falls takes the fall. Ha! I get it now. His name gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel? Or is she really, a demon? It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. Okay. So, am I supposed to strike you with the iron, or... Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. I don't know about that. Not this again. I can understand a defense lawyer wanted to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason could a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. If you say so. Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, yeah, of course. Huh. You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten? Mr. Armando, how many times do I have to tell you? Dun, 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 dun. Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted up in knots is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Excuse me? May I speak, Mr. Judge? Oh, of course! Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. Weirdo. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why... I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. such an honest and an upstanding young lady. It looks like the witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click! She lights right up. Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say. Mrs. Foster's history. I was out of the country until the year before last. Till I entered college, I had never been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, terrible monster. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. I'm trying to smile, is it working? Somehow, I have to tie her to this case. Melissa Foster's history. Okay. I still don't like Dahlia. Dahlia scares you? As she should. Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. That's kind of... He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. People like this exist IRL? Oh yeah! I mean, that's the thing, right? Some people are just really good at emotional manipulation. What do you mean by that? Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he did forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful. People are suspiciously cute and it works on people? Yep, there is... Oh, what is it called? It's literally, I forget the term for it. Let's see if I can find it quickly, but it's basically a phenomenon where if someone is beautiful, you are much more likely to trust them. So that's why Dahlia and people like her playing cute works so well in her favor. I mean, I guess confirmation bias is one word for it, but I'm sure logical fallacy? Halo effect, that's it. A cognitive bias wherein an initial positive impression of a person, brand, or product unconsciously influences our perceptions of them as a whole. So because she shows up looking all cute and sweet and stuff, people have a very hard time believing that she's actually a piece of shit. But yeah, that's why people tend to be much more forgiving of things actors do rather than stuff that people they know IRL, because it's like, yes, they're confirmation bias. You don't want to believe someone that pretty or someone you looked up to is actually a piece of shit. Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. I mean, like, I think everyone to some extent has fallen victim to the halo effect at some point, even if they didn't mean to. Like, what is it? There's been streamers I like to end up having, like, some kind of controversy, and I'm like, no, I don't want to believe it. Like, I really like them. I don't want to believe they were a piece of shit. And, like, eventually, for most non-parasocial people can eventually detach from that, but it's not a great feeling. It feels like you've personally been betrayed. Then he probably would have tried to kill me. About that. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. I'm at the point where I learned not to judge based on appearances for occupational reasons. That's good. I mean, ideally that's the scenario, right? But it's a confirmation of bias for a reason, because biases are something that you just tend to get ingrained and learn, and you can unlearn them. Absolutely. It's very hard to do, though, because it's an unconscious bias. You're not consciously making the decision to trust someone because you think they're cute. The chemicals in your brain make that decision for you. Welcome to the subconscious. What we see and know is just the tip of the old iceberg. Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I like it. It added to the official testimony. the prosecution has no objection after all. The defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. Rude. I mean, probably true, but also? The testimony only helps to further prove the point. Done. No, that's not why I... Enough, witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. Terrifying woman. Guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Wait, we've never... We never said the color of the scarf at any point, so how did she know it was supposed to be white, but it was blue? Yeah, her hair always makes you think of a cobra. Yeah, those are... Are those waterfall braids? I think they are. They're a very specific type of braid. Real pain in the ass to do. They're not the standard, like, you know, 3 sections, left, right, left over middle, right over middle, left over middle, right over middle. Like... Witness, I want you to take a look at the photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but take a look at the scarf the victim wore for identification. Ah, you were talking about this scarf right here, eh? Yes, that's it. That's the scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess up. Don't fuck up, Mia! But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. White? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Uh-oh. Dun 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 dun. Well, it was foggy that day and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the scarf the victim was wearing. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf does look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white was... the note. Witness? Have you ever seen this note? Note? No. Never. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification. White scarf? Ah! Witness? You knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Well, Miss Foster? No! Wow. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, This witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew that were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yup. A third person that knew? Dahlia Hawthorne. And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's notes. That is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There's her name. Right there. What's this? So who is this Dahlia person? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... You said she was killed. But was she really? What are you implying? Of course. People thought she had died 5 years ago. When she fell off of Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead, and then she enrolled in university. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Even you couldn't, Miss Faye. You're not saying... But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl who was kidnapped 5 years ago. The fact that this girl is, in fact, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Sorry, I'm hearing weird noises. We might have demons after all. What? Huh, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. Oh, we all dead then. But you can always tie all the loose ends together. You're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist if you can't. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness? Just who are you anyway? I'm... That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes. I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself! Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue this matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, The prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all our witnesses. What did he say? Huh, looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way! But then, why? If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. The victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Gasp! Oh my goodness, we had no idea! We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see... Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime that, like, you know, involved her ex-boyfriend and her sister. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Really, Miss Faye, I must say, your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly murdered. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned this around. What the fuck? I think you need a little push in the right direction. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. That wasn't me! It was this guy! This crazy coffee addict! I think you've heard enough. Huh? What makes you think they're empty, boy? What makes you think my head's empty? I got more than coffee in here. Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? The rashness of youth. How charming. Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye? What motive would this witness have? The note. They were gonna share everything. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. He told her she was going to reveal to the whole world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut. Permanently. A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was so important, huh? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne. And Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh, yes, I know the secret. I know it very well. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? I don't like this. Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things. Such as the important nature of the secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Alright. It is unfortunately 10 p.m. though, so we will have to finish this next time. Womp womp womp. If I did have to go outside tomorrow and make sure I actually wake up on time, well rested, and don't fall asleep and then end up late, an hour late to work again? If it weren't for those factors, I would keep going, because I know we're really close to the end. But alas, time is not on my side. Womp womp womp. Oh well. That's okay though. So yeah, tomorrow, gotcha, and game gods willing, we're gonna be trying something new. We're gonna try Heaven Burns Red. If you've never heard of it before, it is a game, is like a gacha game. It's being published by YoStar in the West, but it is a collaboration between another studio and Key Visual Arts, who did Clannad and all that other stuff. So it'll be interesting. Do you happen to know the EST launch time? I've been trying to find it. I haven't seen anything yet. Let's see if they updated it somewhere. From the Facebook? Heaven Birds Red will launch on November 15th. Will officially release at 9 a.m. on November 15th. UTC -7. What's that time zone again? UTC -7. I think that's Japan time? UTC -7? No, apparently that's our time zone. Okay, so it drops at 9 a.m. tomorrow, apparently. If I'm doing time zone conversions and stuff correctly. Yeah, here we go. Every time zone. Okay. If it's UTC -7, that's Eastern, that's Mountain Time, US. So it would be 11 a.m. EST time. I was confused for a second because I felt like Japan November 15, 9 a.m. had already passed. It would have. That would have been 2 hours ago, basically. I'm not great with time zones. I thought I remembered UTC -7 was hours because UTC, whatever I looked up when I was checking when Wuthering Waves maintenance told me it was, was it standard time in China for most of it? Or is that UTC +7? Oh! Okay, yeah. UTC +7 is in Asia. UTC -7 is in North America. Got it. I got it. I figured it out now. Yeah, because it was UTC +8, I think, that Wuthering Waves finished its, maintenance. So when I saw UTC -7, I was like, is that Japan? Because it's like 1 over? Not quite. Japan's probably UTC +9? Time zones suck, man. This is why so many VTubers are late to collabs and shit. No, UTC +9? Okay, yeah, that's like Seoul and stuff. Alright, so yeah. Seoul and Tokyo. I'm learning! I'm learning! One of these days, I will be so good at time zone stuff from all of these games. But yes, if this Facebook is to... the preview in the Facebook that I can see on Google is to be believed, then it will be... Okay, there we go, on Twitter. That's official. It's 1 hour from your time zone, so it makes it easier to remember. That makes sense. There we go. They finally pinned it yesterday. Heaven Burns Red will officially release at 9 a.m. on October 15th, UTC -7. So there we go. Oh god, they already released some of the in-game music. Uh-oh. Hang on, hang on. Let's check it out together, because this looks cool. I've never heard the songs. Oh god, it's metal! Yeah! Ruka! We can't hear? Ah, fuck. It's because I turned off my desktop audio. There we go, I got it. I'm pretty sure she is in here, yeah. Because they released all of the profiles, which also would have included the voice actors. I'm pretty sure I saw Suzuki in there. Let's see. Yep. Karen Asakura, who's the cat girl, her voice actress is Yu Serizawa, but her vocal is Konomi Suzuki. You called it, Zan? Vocal for Ruka is XAI? I have no idea who that is. Oh, literally her only role is being Ruka's singing voice, I see. Fair enough. She looks really cool, though. Oh, the Apothecary Diaries. I haven't watched it in a few months. I forgot. I forgot. Mid-season special song? We shall see. Yep, Ashita wo Tazunete, episode 9. Sounds about right. Okay. No more, or this is gonna get flagged. An Emmy Evans vibe? Yeah, that does sound about right. But yeah, if you guys are liked the preview of the song at all, we'll be checking out Heaven Burns Red tomorrow night. While I fight every fiber of my being not to open the game. Ah! Well, now you have to try it. Yeah. There was a whole bunch of pre-registration milestones, so we're getting I'm looking at the Twitter still. We get 3,000 quartz. We get a 10-roll recruitment ticket. The SS of Ruka Kayamori, so the short-haired blonde girl that was singing. But we get that after clearing day 3 of the game. 10-roll recruitment ticket, 1 S or above, guaranteed on 10 rolls, times 2. So lots of good stuff. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this since, like, what was it, 2021 when it came out? When Hollow X got sponsored to play it. And I'm like, I have no idea what anything's happening, but I love all of this. Hi, Velmo! Yeah, we're starting to wrap up, but we got sidetracked by all of... Was Hollow X really 3 years ago? I regret to inform you. Hollow Promise / Hollow Council was 3 years ago, too. Because, I mean, Hollow X came out before I started streaming, and I've been nearly streaming for 2 years, so you know. Debut date 2021, November 28th, so almost 3 years, yeah. Why time goes so fast? I don't know, but it is certainly a thing. Alright. Before I start yapping even longer, I looked over, I'm like, oh my god, it's been 15 minutes. I still need to, like, throw myself in the shower and all that shit. Alright, Toko is playing Elden Ring. Yay! Jemmy's playing visual novel stuff, but it's all VNs that I want to play, so I'm like, I can't. So off to Elden Ring we go. We support our golden cat boy. Did I get to see Toko's Monster Hunter polygons? I did! I saw the tweet and I asked him about it, and so he sent me what it was supposed to look like, and I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea. I thought this thing was supposed to be like a bat. Apparently it's a dragon. Bananas. Alright, he literally started like 7 minutes ago, so everything's nice and fresh. So time to head over to the diner. We got all caffeinated on tea and coffee and loitering. And now we could go have some kind of mystery meat burger over at the Little Minmo's Cafe. Alrighty, guys. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. The way. I can't talk anymore. It's time to go. So there's our raid message, and if you're not already and you want to keep up with us when we're not streaming, here's the Discord. We have lots of fun there. We just did some reorganizing. Everyone's sharing their friend codes for different games and stuff. So if you want to add some people, if you want to add some moonbeams, get some more people to trade Pokemon cards with some more people for FGO or whatever else. Now's a good time to hop on in. More friends. Yes, more friends. I need to add my codes to that list. I started, and then I looked at all the gacha games I play, and I'm like, this is an embarrassingly long list. But I'm working on it. Every time I open one of my games, I'm grabbing the code, so we'll get there. For now, that's it for me. I'm gonna send you guys off to our bestie Toko. Use it to the stuff you just use the most. I log into like everything every day because I have no life and no self-control. So good on you. Alrighty. That's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Friday! Or if you're on the other side of the world, it's already gonna be Saturday for you, so happy Saturday! For now, that's it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. And until next time, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Bye.